Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Crafting with V. If you're new here, welcome. So glad to have you. And if you're returning, thank you so much for returning. So, I was almost a little late getting started. I was afraid I was going to have some technical difficulties, but it seems to have worked itself out. Hi, Connie. How are you? Beth, morning. So glad to see you, Granny. Margie, thank y'all so much for stopping by. And okay, so I've decided to go ahead and do the Spangler event. I've still got to register for it, but I went ahead and started this early because it's going to take me a little bit to get it done, even though it's a round drill. But this is what I decided to do just because it was for July. It's Firefly Fireworks by Randall Spangler. I love this painting. It's so cute. I'm starting it up at the top. Hello, Melanie. How are you? And I think that this is perfect for this month. And I've got so many Randall Spanglers that I wanted to get some of them done. You know what? I did not even pick out a painting to do an unboxing on today. I am just scattered today, I think. Okay, we'll do an unboxing next week. I'm so sorry about that. I just did not think about it unless I can find a smaller one up here. Let's see. I've already did the mermaid. I'm looking to see what I have over here. That's in pretty. Hold on. I'll be right back. Just a second. Okay. So I found one out of my stash. It's a smaller one. Hello, Myra. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you. So each week I try to do an unboxing from my stash on the live. So see if I can get this one up here. This is Willow by Hannah Lynn. I completely understand that. Stardust, please do not knock stuff over. I guess you're over being mad at me for leaving you for a week. Hi, Anita. Not right now. I had just made a big purchase from Dreamer Designs, and I'm trying not to buy that many right now. I'm hoping by the time I get the money for it, it'll go into restock if it's already sold out, and I'll be able to get it then. But let's look at this one. I'm not even sure I've taken this one out before. Hi, Miss Bell. How are you? Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this one real quick. Now, as usual, in my stash paintings, I've already taken out all of the toolkits, so I won't be able to show those to you. Has step-by-step instructions. I'm going to go ahead and throw that away. But this is what this one looks like. I love this one. It's so cute. It's by Hannah Lynn. It has 40 colors and it looks like 3 ABs. Hi, Fernando. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you here. I'm seeing some new people in the chat today. But anyway, we'll look through these colors here in a minute. Stardust. And I've only got part of my desk here. I'm sorry. So hopefully I can show this to you. Even though it's a smaller one, let's roll it backwards. I think this one is not going to take very long to do once I start working on it. It does have a lot of color blocking, but it's not just dramatically so. Let's scoot this back. And hopefully my painting I have here does not go sliding down. I'll try to keep it from doing that. We'll ignore the mess over to the side. That is, I just have not got to clean up my desk yet. But look at that. Isn't that just adorable? I love her and I think she's going to turn out really well. I saw that last night in the live, in Nana's live. I stopped by for a little bit there, but it was almost at the end of it. I thought about going and looking on there, but what am I doing? I'm trying to put these up before even showing y'all the colors. Can't believe I was fixing to do that. Okay, let's look at these really, really quick. The thing that I love about Hannah Lynn is there are always a lot of bright colors in hers. The color blocking is a hot mess. Yeah. I don't mind so much in the Hannah Lynn's because even though it's color blocking, you can still switch to a different section and get some different colors. But the thing about Hannah Lynn paintings is you're always going to have a ton of 310s. But look at all these colors. Greens, peaches. That yellow is really pretty. Of course, my favorite color, pink. And we got some browns, greens, blues. And here are two of the ABs. One of them is this blue and one of them is the green. So pretty. And the other AB is going to be this light blue right here. Okay, I miss about the London scene. Hi, Jen. How are you? Stardust decided to go and sit on my other diamond painting over there. I did want to show y'all a picture here in a minute. I thought it was so cute. Since I have gotten back, Bullet has been very attached at the hip. He's not in here today because he was sleeping whenever I came in here. But let's try folding these back up real quick. I think that this is a really pretty painting. I'm sorry, I was not prepared for the live today. Okay, let's see. Oops. I'm trying to drop things all over the floor. But it's, let's see. This week I've got so many videos to record. I'm hoping that I can get them all done. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that, Jen. I hope you get to feeling better. I'm sitting here hitting the camera. Yeah, Miss Bell was telling about the half moon light in Nana's Cooking Crafting Corners live last night. And I had literally just gotten off of that I just watched one of your videos, Granny, about it, and I just literally looked it up to see about it, and the more I think about it, the more I want to get that light. Because that would help tremendously, and this is not wanting to cooperate to get back in this bag. I may end up having to put this one outside of the bag later. Just put it with the rest of my extra drills over there. And then I forgot a whole little package and didn't even show y'all. Okay. Yeah, I just watched her video from yesterday, and I was looking it up, or one of the videos. It was actually, I was watching it on my TV, so I didn't get to comment. But I looked it up, and now I really want one of those lights because it'll make it really easy for me to record in other places. Because y'all know me, I take my diamond paintings everywhere. If I go to a park or something, with that being like that, I can put my phone up there to record the video. I can still pretty much see the screen, so I know what I'm recording. And this is being a pain. It does not want to go back in this bag. I may have to finish. There I go, hitting the camera again. But yeah, I would love to get one of those. But next week, I have got to clean out my van. My brother's wanting it down at the shop so that he can do an oil change on it, transmission fluid change on it, make sure that everything's good with it, so then I can start building it out for my camper van. So y'all may get a video of that next week. I'm not sure how many of y'all would be interested in that, but let's get this put back on here so that it holds this. That's true. I forgot about that sale coming up. You're right. I may have to get it then. I'm going to put this up here to put my book with all my other sticker sheets. But yeah, I think that is going to be my next purchase. Okay, let's see. And I already told y'all I was working on Firefly fireworks. Stardust. Then Stardust is back. You want to say hi? T? You want to say hi? She was very mad at me. She would come in and she would demand her food. And then she would just sit there and stare at me. And it's like, you left me for an entire week. Don't worry, my son was here to take care of her, but she was like, you left me. And then Bullet has been attached at the hip. And behind me, I actually have my diamond painting buckets that I throw my extra toolkits and stuff in. Let's see if I can get this picture where y'all can see it. And I went to take the picture and he stuck out his tongue at that time. And I got the cutest little picture of him. But it was so cute. He stuck out his tongue right at that minute. And Stardust is trying to make it very difficult today. Let's try to zoom this back in on what I'm working on. I'm trying to finish up this one. I do not have my light pad underneath this because of the way I'm holding this on the desk. It's just not going to work out. Stardust, this chair isn't as big as my other chair. She's like, you're going to pet me whether you like it or not. Okay, I gotta see the canvas. This one. This is a round drill, so I'm hoping it won't take very long. Yeah, I would have to say that Stardust is over being mad at me. I've just got to keep her away from the sticky part now. But yeah, Bullet's my little old man. He's probably about 14 years old now, I think. Maybe not quite that old. I actually got him from a coworker. She used to raise chihuahuas, and she was getting out of the business of raising the chihuahuas, so she was giving them away. She gave him to me. She came down, gave him all of his shots for me. I do have the one that Nana was working on last night. I have that one. I don't have the one that you showed, the gray one that you put the link in for. I did look at it. Yeah, she's like, give me all the attention, especially since Bullet isn't in here. I was in the living room working on Woodland Panorama last night, and as soon as Bullet saw Stardust come in and get in my lap, he came over demanding to be behind me in the chair. So I had both of these two in the chair with me while I was trying to diamond paint. And in there, she knows that she's not supposed to get on one of the tables. And she'll just take her paw and slowly try to get on that table to get my attention. Okay, I think that's all of that one. I don't have that much left in this little itty bitty square. That's okay. I do not mind squares. But to tell you the truth, I haven't actually done a diamond dot square. What? I think, what are you doing? Huh? Yeah, she loves being the center of attention. Sometimes I think I should have named the channel after her. Okay, let's see. Let's get the ends. And I've got like 3 videos that I have recorded and I've got to finish getting edited. Yep. I've had gray cats before. Right now, she's my only cat that I have. Bullet's the only dog. I used to have a house full of animals, but they all got older and pretty much all of them died of old age. But okay, let's see. Now, you cannot climb your whole body on the table. I remember that. If I might try to buy it. I don't know. We'll see what next payday looks like. I took a weekend off work, but I had PTO to cover it, so it shouldn't affect my check any. We'll see with the next check. I am beginning to think that I like working with squares better too, because every time I get out a round to work on, it seems like I'm really raring to get back to my square drill paintings. Maybe it was just a fluke on that one painting. I think that this is going to turn out really, really pretty. I've also got, what is the other 4th of July one by Randall Spangler that has fireworks in the name? No, it doesn't have fireworks in the name. It's Releasing Fireflies. I've got that one too. Hopefully that'll be the case. Maybe they just had a problem with printing on that one. With making the diamonds on it. Okay. One thing about working in these 2x2 squares, you are so right. Rounds do go a lot quicker. In fact, I just started this one last night, and you see how much of it I've gotten done so far. Good morning, Tita. How are you doing? So glad to see you. I've seen that one. That is a really nice painting. I like Thomas Kincaid. Oh, it's fine. There's no big deal. You know what? I was looking around for my coffee and I think I left my coffee in the other room. Oh well. I'll put it in the microwave whenever we're finished with the live. Stardust, you're sliding. She's like, I don't care. You'll catch me. Well, come on. I wasn't, by the time that I was born, my dad was out of the military, and everybody around me wasn't in the military any longer, although a lot of them were previously in the military. My uncle, that was like a father to me, he was in some of the world wars, I don't know which one, but I know that whenever he passed away at his funeral, they did the whole military, the the flag and all that. I have not seen that one. One of my other uncles was actually chief police here where I live at for a long time. Yeah, my dad was in the military. He did not, I don't believe he served during in any actual wars, but he was in the military. But my uncle, he would tell you about it if you asked, but he never actually even brought it up or mentioned it if you did not ask him. In fact, whenever he was still living and by himself, I will look around. Tita just said that she thought that DAC had a police one. Oh, not military though. Okay. But yeah, but whenever he was older and they he was asked why he didn't go to the veterans hospital and stuff. He said that he did that for our country and he didn't think that they owed him any more than what they had already given him at that time. So before he got really sick, he never went to the veterans hospital or anything like that. But he was like a father to me and my brother. In fact, he bought my first car for me, and whenever I dropped out of high school for a few weeks, he took the car away, and whenever I went back, he gave it back to me. His one requirement in that was that you stayed in school. Let me see, Tita. If I can go into the live on my phone, I'll have to see if I can go in here. No, I don't want to play that. Is it not? Okay. I know that this has to be telling me somewhere that I'm live on here. I don't know why I have such a hard time getting to my lives on this. Let's see. It doesn't give me my lives. It gives me everybody else's lives. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but since I'm on StreamYard, I'm having a hard time making you a mod. One of these days, I'm gonna have to, um, let's see. Maybe I can search your channel. Oops. Do not start playing. How? I don't know. I wish I could make you a mod off of this, but let's see. But it's not letting me. I don't know how. I am so sorry. One of these days I'll go live whenever it's not on StreamYard, and I will update some of the mods in here. Maritza, hi, how are you? So welcome. So glad you stopped by. But yeah, I was trying to figure out how to make Tita a mod, and I can't do it since I'm in StreamYard. Okay, Tita. Okay. um, but yeah, my uncle was definitely like a father to me in all senses of the word. And whenever he got older and couldn't live by himself, me and my brother both were the ones that took care of him. Okay, Miss Southern Belle Granny, I believe, just posted the link for you. Yeah, I was trying to find my live on my phone and I could not find it. I've had the trouble before. I can find everybody else's live. I even go to my videos and it doesn't show it where it's live. And it hasn't been giving me the notification on my own channel. Let's see if I can. I don't want to share it. I just want to find my live. Let's see. Nope. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's. Okay, so maybe if I find Tita now here. Oops, hold on. Okay, I made Tita a moderator now. I finally figured it out on my. Found the phone. That would be cute. I will keep an eye out for one that's a policeman, though. I know that there is a Thomas Kincaid one somewhere that's a policeman in a restaurant. I don't know if that would be one that you would like. I think I've seen that one somewhere before. I'm just not sure where. But I love this clear wax in these pens with the ABs. It makes it so much easier whenever I don't have to worry about it pulling my wax out of the pen. Yes, she is. I went ahead and made her a moderator though for whenever she gets back. I finally figured it out. But okay, what color are we gonna do next? How about the arrows? There was yesterday. Well, I've got a lot of stuff to talk about, but I talked about it in my morning coffee with V that I'm gonna post tomorrow. So I don't want to repeat all of that from my camping trip. But yesterday I took my son to work. This week he was working on Friday, so I went up to Van Buren to the park that I've been going to lately up there. And I was sitting there for a while, and somebody walks up to me and asks me, "Do you know what they're doing down the street? What festival they're setting up for?" I guess that I didn't even notice that they had the road closed off or anything because I haven't walked down there. But they were setting up for a line dancing festival or something. And I was like, oh, I guess I need to make sure that I don't go that way whenever I go to leave, because I was going to go to the Sonic down there and eat lunch before I went and picked up my son. So I had to go the long way around to get to Sonic, which it was actually the Sonic that I worked at years ago. How? Stardust? She tried to jump back in my lap, but she had her claws out. That hurt. But anyway, so I went to Sonic down there. I miss Sonic so much. I miss being able to get my Diet Vanilla Coke. And anyway, I went down there, got my lunch. I just got a cheeseburger meal with my Diet Vanilla Coke. Ate it, and Stardust, look what you made me do. You don't care, do you? Y'all can't see. Yeah, y'all can see some of the drills up here where she jumped up in my lap and knocked my tray. So I've got to clean up the spilled drills. But anyway, so I finished eating, and I like looking at these used furniture stores and stuff. Sometimes you can find some really neat stuff in those. And I noticed one that was across the street that I had never noticed there before. So I went ahead and went in there, and the lady was opening up the other rooms because they kept them closed off because it was so hot. They didn't want to cool the whole place until somebody came in. And I kept looking at the lady that was there, and I knew she looked really, really familiar. And I was like, I know her from somewhere. I just don't know where. And I asked her what her name was, and she told me, and it clicked. It's been years. I know it's probably been 26 years since I'd seen her, since the last time that I worked at Sonic up there. She was one of the other assistant managers. Bye, Miss Bell. Thank you so much for stopping by. But anyway, she was one of the assistant managers that I worked with up there. And it had been years since I'd seen her. It's amazing how you can run into people in just places like that. So we spent probably 30 minutes talking about kids and time that had passed and all of that. And it was really good to see her. I had wondered what had happened to her since then, but I just didn't have a way to contact her then. So we spent about 30 minutes talking and stuff. And whenever I walked in there, it was like 10 minutes till 2. And I thought, it's okay. Josh will not get off work on time. I'll have plenty of time to get there to pick him up. And of course, I left there about 2:20. He was supposed to be off at 2. And I had no sooner got in my car to go and pick him up that he's calling me, asking me if I'm there because he was off work. Normally, I sit in the parking lot for an hour, hour and a half, just waiting on him to get off work. He never seems to get off work in time, so I'm about 15 minutes away from his job, so he had to wait on me this time. Stardust, you make this really difficult. This chair isn't big enough for the two of us. You know that, right? She does not care. Okay, let's see. How about the 3s? Where is my 3? There it is. But yeah, it was so nice meeting up with her again and talking with her. I'll probably stop back by there again, even though she said that she doesn't work there except for maybe a day a week. But I did see there was a shelf in there that I really liked, and if I get my van fixed up, I think it would look great in there as like a cabinet for a counter, because it was just that size that it would work really well for that. Whenever I do finish building out my van, I don't want anything in there that I cannot be removed and put in something else if something ever happens that I get a different one. Okay, making sure my chat hadn't froze up on me. This tablet seems to do that occasionally. Especially since I don't have it on 5G and I have it on internet. What color was I working on? 3s. I was blowing on Stardust's ear and she's giving me the evil eye. You have a great day, Tita. I hope you find lots of bargains. Really? I'm sorry I missed that in the first. I didn't even know that they had a new slush. But yeah, I'm hoping that whenever he gets all the fluids and everything changed in that van, then I can start building it out. I was supposed to do it last summer and didn't get around to doing it. So maybe by the time fall comes around, I'll be able to. Look at that. Look at this. I'm going to have to take the lint brush to my pants whenever I leave before I go to work. I don't know if y'all can see that right here. That's all the fur the clump of fur I just took off of my pants where Stardust was sitting. She sheds like crazy. No matter how much I brush her. Okay. I'm losing my mind. There's my pen. I was like, where did I put my pen? This pen actually matches this painting, though. I think I got all of the 3s in here. I'm sure I'll find more. This one will not take that long to complete because it is a lot of color blocking as well. Randall Spangler paintings tend to go by very quickly. Where is the K? I'm still getting used to where all the... Okay, we won't do K, we'll do N, which is 550. Such a pretty color. Grams, I don't know if I said hi to you. I'm so sorry. Hi, Grams. Yeah, whenever summer gets here, she looks like a completely different cat by the end of summer because during the winter, she's this big, fluffy cat. And then once summer gets here and she starts losing her winter coat, it's like you would think she lost 20 pounds just by looking at her, but she hasn't actually lost weight. It's just fur. But she was so mad at me for going camping. Her and Bullet both. Bullet, that first day that I got back, I could not walk anywhere in the house unless he was following me. I should have waited for the first to start this. So, I should have waited for the first, but I figure next month I'm going to have 3 mystery paintings going all at once. I want to try to get this one done as quickly as possible. Yes, it gets pretty cold here during the winter. Not like some places, but it does get really cold here during the winter, but the summer we get really hot. Stardust. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Yeah, she's still got a lot of her winter coat, but you gonna purr to everybody, huh? Okay, there it is. I was like, where did my microphone go? The weather here in Arkansas is strange. It can be really cold one day and then 2 days later you've got a heat wave. Beth can attest to that. She's like, what? She's like, you're finally paying attention to me? I guess I really need to bring my other chair over here instead of this little task chair. because whenever I come in here, especially if Bullet's in here too, I have both of these animals in my lap. Yep. So true, Beth. We probably get snow at least, a good snow, at least once or twice a year. I remember whenever I was in school, one time we were out of school every Wednesday for like a month and a half straight because of snow. Stardust. Sorry, I had to untangle her from my microphone. She jumped down and then she tried walking off with my microphone. I watched your unboxing the other day. For some reason, Beth, I'm not getting the notifications on your channel anymore. And I've got the bell ring and I'm still subscribed, but I wasn't getting the notifications. So I went and looked it up and added a bunch of them to my watch later list so I can watch them this week. Unfortunately, I can't watch them at work anymore. Unless I watch them on the computer because we're not allowed earbuds anymore, which is fine, I understand, but having to pause them every time I get a driver in and everything would be a pain. It is, I know. Oh, and since a lot of y'all are some of our new subscribers that are in here, thank y'all so much for subscribing to my channel. The last time I looked, I'm going to look back at it just to make sure that nothing's changed. I'm at 967. In the last few days, I've gained like 10 subscribers. So thank you if y'all are in here to everyone that subscribed. I am getting really close to that 1,000 mark. But I noticed a few of y'all, Fernando, I don't know if they're still in here or not, but thank you. I met him. I want to say him. I'm hoping it's a him and I'm not offending anybody. In Nana's live last night. But thank you so much for subscribing. I was just working on Woodland Panorama and caught her live, so I went in there. Look at that. I'm going to have to, don't spill those drills. I'm going to have to take the lamp brush to the back of my canvas, too. I don't know what it is. I will get them for a long time, and then all of a sudden, I'll stop getting them. Don't give up on it. You'll get there. I've still got to go and check out your channel as well. Were you in Nana's live last night? I don't think it was you that was there. Hi, Dory. How are you? Welcome. So glad that you stopped by. My goodness, we're already at 54 minutes. This hour has flown by today. I'm really not looking forward to going back to work after having a weekend off. But I had so much fun camping, other than not being able to go outside as much as I wanted. because it was so hot. And where we were at, we weren't down by the water, we were up near the wooded area. Thank you so much for stopping by, Anita. So glad that you were here. Take care. We were up by the wooded area and there was so many bugs flying around and stuff. I would go outside for a little bit and try to diamond paint, and I would get attacked by swarms of bugs. But I still had a really good time. I got to get one extra live in. Did a lot of recording. That's why I have to edit so much. But yeah, it was a really good, relaxing time. I'm glad that I actually got to go camping. And like I said, I've talked about a little bit of that in my next Morning Coffee with V, which I'm going to post tomorrow. Soon as I get off the live, I'll schedule it to post tomorrow. And I don't have it near me, so I can't show it to you, but I did complete Over the Rainbow. And I'll show that in one of my next videos coming up here pretty soon. You have a wonderful day, Anita. It would be, and I've actually thought for whenever I'm by myself, that tent would work. The screen tent would work out great. I've actually thought about looking at, they've got these screens that you hang on your canopy, and I'm wondering how well one of those would work out. Because, but Connie, aren't you going camping this week, or was it somebody else? I think it was Connie. I'm not sure. And I've got to, the only unboxing, not you. Okay, who was it? I know there was somebody else that was going camping this week. But I've got to do an unboxing of my, and I never can remember the name of it. It's Polar something. But I've also got the Firebird panorama that I'm going to put with it. I'm wondering if there is a fourth one to go to that set. If there is, I'm going to have to get it because I got to thinking about that the other day. There's Woodland panorama, there's Firebird panorama, there's this Polar one for fire, ice, and earth. I wonder if there's one for air or spirit. I don't know what it would be. So I'm going to have to look and see if there's another one of those paintings somewhere that I missed. If there is, I'm definitely going to have to get that one too. Or maybe it hasn't came out yet. But I love those paintings. Okay, we are at 59 minutes. I'm hoping that there will be, because even if I am on a no-buy, that one will get to break the no-buy. If there is. Anyway, I've got to go get ready for work, unfortunately. I am so glad all of y'all stopped by today. I've had so much fun today. Everyone have a great weekend. I will see you next week. Hopefully I'll have several videos out next week. And I want to show y'all that picture one more time. I think it's so cute. Let me find it. I'm going to have to put this as one of my thumbnails. That was whenever Bullet was following me around, he decided to lay down in my extra toolkit bucket. And whenever I would snap the picture, it was just so cute. Anyway, everyone take care, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, everyone.